In order to put the front cover back on the machine, it is easier to look at it or view it when it is on an angle. Try to separate all the wires the best that you can. You notice that most of the wires are already kind of like in a curl or an angle going towards the spots that they were once at. The very first plug that we should take a look at is the plug that comes from the base unit, or the plug that is going to go into the base unit in a little bit. It is very important to make sure that if you have a plug with multi-white wires in it, that they go into the proper position. If they do not, and you plug it into the wrong area, it will blow the A board. It is very important to make sure that the plugs go into their proper area. Always start on the right hand side, on the inside of the machine, and start to plug the plugs one by one. If you skip one, what I have noticed is that people usually forget to go back and plug it in. Then you'll be wondering why that when the machine is all together that it is not working. Notice that not only do we go one by one, but you can also see that the plugs are color coded. Not only color coded, but they're pin counted as well. If they happen to be the same color, white, they most likely are probably a different shape. As we start plugging in, we can start moving the front panel up, and it's going to start getting a little bit tighter for your hand to fit in there. Now that we're getting near the top here, we can see that we have other white wires. Very important, board to board. Always very important to make sure that they are going into the proper place, and always double check. There is one outlet at the top of the A board that will not have a plug when you put the front cover back on, and that is for your bobbin winder motor. Towards the right hand side on the bottom, you have a metal clip that goes against the machine and is held on by a screw. Make sure there is no white wires in the way. Also at the top there is a little metal plate that actually has like a little slant on it, which actually runs in the same curve as the hand wheel. Start to put these pieces back on and making sure that they are lining up. Temporarily tighten the screws to hold them in place so they do not keep on popping out. Now go towards the front of the machine and move the front panel below the tension unit and move the front panel towards the rear, making sure there is no gap. Gently lift up on the machine and locate the small Phillips head screw that you loosened before and tighten it up. Now grab your thread guide with the screw and place it back into position. You'll have to probably hold this thread guide firmly and push against it firmly in order to put the screw back in. Once you have it started, start to screw it in and make sure that it is tight. Back and double check the other screws and make sure they are tight, especially the right hand side. We just temporarily tightened them before, so it is important to go back and always double check that they are tight.